Hi guys, me Danielle Danibuttons, and I'm here today with a flippin' chat, I guess. So I recently received 2 books from Kira Shernova for review, and I'm gonna flip through them and then color in them. But I got mystery dots, which I love the mystery dots. Basically, I have Kira's Mystery Lines book, and I really enjoyed that a lot. And then she came out with a Mystery Christmas book, and it had lines, dots, and spots, and I'm enjoying that, and you'll see that in my finished pages for the month. But my favorite from that has been the dots. So when I was talking to her and talking about reviewing, I asked if I could review this one too, and this is the mystery dots, and she said sure, and sent this over. I can't really do a flip through of this because basically they don't look like anything before you color them. I picked a very random page to do in here. So I just barely started it. I don't know what it's going to be. But I like these books a lot because this is maybe the most easy and mindless coloring that there is. Even more mindless than color by number, even more mindless than the lines because it's just teeny tiny dots. And I also like it to use up random like markers that are drying out. So if I have one off, I found a whole little bag of like Bic markets and Sharpies and things from like 6 years ago, and it's very random colors and I don't know anything about them, so I've been using those. I found this this is an American Crafts metallic gold marker, and that's what I started this with. Sorry, so I don't know how metallic-y it's coming up on video, but either way, I'm happy to be using something different here. Again, I have no idea what it's going to be, so hopefully it makes sense. The color is appropriate, but we will find out together. So yeah, I think, let's go through a little bit. There's 30 unique designs in there: animals, flowers, travel objects, famous people, and cartoon characters. And then at the back, there's also a example from her line book. So again, I have this book, so I don't know if I'll do that in here or not because I have it, but maybe. And there's that. So the other book is a new series she's starting. I know there's glare, but hopefully once we open it, it'll be okay. This is the Color by Colors series, and I had never heard of it before seeing this book, but now I've seen some like very random children's books do this and things like that. But I think this is the first I personally have seen of it in the adult coloring world. So this is Puzzle Animals, Color by Colors, and it is super unique. And basically it has the 22 color palette, and this paper isn't regular Amazon paper. It's a little bit shiny, and obviously the backgrounds are done, but basically the color palette, there's no numbers. So this is just light blue, and you color that in light blue, if that makes any sense. So this elephant, good golly, this giraffe is gray, so you color that area in gray. So I'm going to flip through this one, and then we will pick one and color a page in here. But I'm excited to try these. This I have seen around. She already has a second one in this series, and she sent that, or it's on the way to me. So I will also flip through that one, but I probably won't color on camera because we're going to do this one. But this seems super exciting, and as a color by number lover, I'm excited to try this new take on it. So I think that's a warthog, and that looks like a cat, and it's like filled with other cats. This is a beaver filled with like a dragonfly and an otter, so other like lake critters, I guess, river critters, a horse, a rooster. I think this even looks really cool by itself, and this is a great book for the people that don't love having the numbers show through. That doesn't really bother me. It always makes me a little sad when there's numbers on the white spaces. I do wish that companies didn't do that, but otherwise it doesn't bother me because I know it's a color by number. So a rhinoceros. Ooh, what is that? Oh, that's a goldfish. It looked like it was something jumping, and I didn't enjoy that, but it's a dolphin. Ooh, turtle. A bird. But I really like how the background is colorful because it's like overall simple, but it like gives it an extra flash. I love fun, crazy color backgrounds. Wolf, a different type of cat. This looks like a bobcat to me. A different horse. A turtle. I might do that one today, but I might save it. We will see. A koala. Another cat. That might be a lion cub because there's a big lion inside. A pupper. An elephant. This is the page I think I'm going to do. I don't know. I was flipping. I love the purple and I love the fish. Plus, if I make a mistake, I don't want to make a mistake on the turtle. A big old gerbil, I think. And then the cover bear. And what's cool, since there's no numbers, you can definitely do this half page too. So let's do this fish. I've been standing to show you the flip. I'm going to sit back down and we're going to do the fish. Okay, so I'm probably going to use my Tau Tree markers. I have been obsessed with them. I will link them down below. They were such a good deal. Basically, they're like the Cali Arts. They're an alcohol marker, but they're much thinner. Where are my Cali Arts? Let's get one out to compare. Since we're reviewing, we might as well. Hold on. Of course, the zipper's stuck. Everything to make me seem awkward, but... Alright, so this is my Cali Arts, and this is a Tau Tree. So it is longer, but much thinner. And the Cali Arts have double sides, so do these. Cali Arts have a letter and the numbers, so it tells you like what color zone it's in. The Tau Trees just have the number, but that's because they're smaller, there's less space. Cali Arts also have names on their little stickers, and the Tau Trees don't have names, but you really don't need them as long as you have the numbers. So the Cali Arts that I have a chisel tip. I'll show you that too. I just threw it. Professional. The Cali Arts have a big ol' chisel tip and a fine tip. Chisel tip, and so do the Tau Trees, but they're much smaller. So there's the chisels next to each other. I hope you're seeing any of this at all. And let's look at the other side. There's the fine tip. So the fine tips are similarly sized. Is that helping? No, don't know. But the Tau Tree one is actually like longer nibbed, and I really, really like it. So there's my explanation. And let's get coloring. Sheesh. So I'm going to just start. I might even start with the one that I randomly pulled out. Sometimes I look at my color charts and sometimes we just wing it. So we're gonna wing it and see what happens here. I'm excited to give this a shot. So I think you could go about this two ways. One, you can forget to mute your phone or your computer and get notifications on Instagram. And two, no. So the better you match, the less you'll see their outlining, her outlining. But it also kind of looks really cool. So I think these would be fun to do in a little bit lighter, either using a color pencil maybe, so you can tell that it's different. I don't know about anyone else. When I was a kid, my favorite way to color was to very dark outline everywhere and then color in with color pencil. Or back then I would like dark outline and press really hard on the crayon, and then I would very softly fill in with the crayon. So that kind of gives me those vibes, which I think is exciting and cool. So it's really up to you how you want to color these. So this is the fancier paper. It's shiny. If you have any of the Alice Mills books, it's like that. But so far so good. I think it's working really well with these markers. The only issue is for filming, it might have a little gloss so you can't really see as well. And even in person, obviously I have all of my extras in there and it's kind of making me see the pages at an angle and making it a little difficult. But if I was coloring by myself and not on camera, it wouldn't be a problem because I would just bring it closer to me and work around it. But for now, for on camera, I kind of have it farther away. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. But yes, I think that is all the review we need to do until we're done. So now I'm going to do some chatting. And then when we're finished with the page, I'll tell you my final thoughts. But yes, today is the 15th, so the day after Valentine's Day. Yesterday, Sam and I, my husband, in case you are new, did a nice long Valentine's stream. And I think we streamed for about 2 hours, and that was exciting. A bunch of people came and visited, and we colored 2 pictures each, actually. So we both colored the freebie from Danny from Fun Usual Suspects, and the Valentine's freebie, which is the mandalas she makes, the kawaii mandalas. It's very much the style of the Yippee Kawaii book, which, as you may know, is my favorite book, but it is one of the freebies, so it's not officially in the book. I don't know why I stumbled over that so hard. So we both colored that. We printed it from the website, and then I colored a page in 50 Romantic Managers by Camelia Angelkova, and Sam colored a page in his DC Comics book. So if you did not watch the live and join us live, I'm pretty sure the replay is up. I'll link that up above. I never really know how the replays work, if I'm honest with you, because I've had people tell me that the chat doesn't save, and I don't know why. So I don't know if I fixed that or not. I'll have to check after this. I didn't think to check before. But it's a lot of fun, I think. And it's always, I feel like we always do talk about Disney, at least a little bit. It always comes back to Disney. But I enjoyed having Sam join me because he's a funny guy. He's very sassy. And then for a while, there was like 20 minutes that he didn't talk at all. And I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm not talking. So I think he was very focused on his page. So, and even at the end, he was like, well, next time I'm here. I was like, oh, you think there's a next time? He's like, oh, what, are we getting divorced? I was like, okay. So I think he wants to come back at some point. So I'm always thinking of new ideas of things to do with Sam. If anyone has any, let us know. I do, it's sad. Well, it's not sad. It's sad, all right. I have a bunch of ideas of videos to do with other people, and I feel bad for Sam for all of them to be with him. Because again, he colors for me, not really for him. So I wish that I could color with people that wanted to color, but we're still not seeing anybody because of COVID, of course, or very, very restricted, so I haven't really been able to color with anybody else. I'll have to see if my cousin wants to join me. I do see her from time to time. So there's that. After the stream, we did some baking, and I think it was a pretty successful baking. Basically, we wanted to make something that neither of us have ever made, but because of that, we're not like the best bakers in the world. We like to try new things, but we get very sad if we mess up. So we didn't want to try anything too hard. So I had like Pinterested it, and we decided we were going to make like this puff pastry heart, and it was basically store frozen puff pastry filled with Nutella and then topped with raspberry jam and powdered sugar. So we did that, and I think it was pretty successful. It was really, really easy. It was just like you take your 2 sheets and cut them into a heart, and then slather on the Nutella, put the second sheet on top, cut strips, and then twist them to make it fancier. Bake it, and then put your powdered sugar and your jam right on top. And we each did our parts. Sam was in charge of egg wash and powdered sugar were his main jobs, and he very much enjoyed the powdered sugar. I don't know how I used to powdered sugar. I think I literally would just like grab a handful and like try to sprinkle it, but we used a strainer, smart enough, and he got to like tap it on all fancy like, and it was delicious. The only problem is we ate the whole thing. and that was not smart. Oh, actually, the other problem is we had the extras. So my dad is downstairs, and he was like, oh, man, can I have the extras or something? He's like, make me something with the extras, because obviously when you cut the heart out from a square, you're going to have the cutoffs. So I was like, sure, I'll fill it with, like, what did I fill it with? Chocolate frosting. He doesn't like Nutella. He's not into any nuts of any sort. So I filled it with chocolate frosting, but I was just winging it. So I filled it a whole lot. And apparently, we've been learning this recently, the 2 shelves in our oven cook at very different temperatures. So we put the little extras on the bottom shelf with the intention of taking them out in 10 minutes instead of 20, but I also overstuffed it completely, so we burned it real bad. And the pastry itself wasn't burned, it's just all the chocolate frosting leaked out, and it set off the fire alarm. And the fire alarm scared the bejeebies out of Noodles. I felt really bad about that, because she was like shaking like a leaf with the fire alarm. It's the loudest fire alarm. It's very efficient if there was actually a fire, but when there's not, it's just a lot of noise. So that was unfortunate. So he didn't get to try any, but oh well. It was really good otherwise. How's it looking? This is actually going really fast. I can see this. Ooh, is that dark blue? Yep, looks like it. That's why I didn't put my dark blue away. I could see this being a great book to do really fast like this. Like, it's really easy. I think so far looking really good. I actually really like the hidden images inside of it. They're not really hidden, but like the extra elements inside of it. I have to be able to tell. I think all of the stuff inside of the fish is the lighter blue. Yes, it is. Again, with the glare because of the angle of the camera, it's a little bit hard to tell, but it won't be when I'm coloring on my own. So, yeah, so that was fun. The fire alarm. But that was delicious. That's literally, we ate that as our essentially breakfast, lunch, and almost dinner. I think we just had soup at night because it was so much pastry. But even the directions were like, eat within a few hours of making. And we're like, okay. Like, you can't just not eat it. I don't know. And then what else did we do? We actually had gone to Target a few days earlier and bought their board games were on sale, buy 2 get 1 free. And they had, I wasn't even gonna think about it, but they had a mashup. Apparently Hasbro came out with a series of mashup games, and it was a mashup of Trouble and Life. And the Game of Life is probably my favorite family board game, like classic board game. And then Sam got me Trouble for Christmas, and we really, really enjoyed playing it. So I was like, I need this. And then we ended up getting 2 other random games. We got this game called Strike, and it's like a dice game. And then we got the Jaws board game. I had seen reviews that it was actually a lot of fun. I was like, all right. So it was buy 2 get 1 free. And so far we've just played Strike, but I think it's so fun. It's basically, you get this like arena, they call it, which is basically the box has like a divot in it, I guess. And each person gets 8 die. And then there's one in the middle, and on your turn you throw a die into the arena, and you can throw really hard and try to like move everything around or do whatever you want to do with that. And if you get a match, you get those die back, and if you don't, you just lose that die. And the point of the game is to be the last person with die, or dice, I guess. So it's the tiniest bit more complex, but it's silly to explain all the rules, but it's like a super quick game. It's a lot of fun. You wouldn't think it would be or I didn't think it was going to be so fun. I was kind of worried about it, but I was like, it's free, why not? But I really, really enjoy it, and I think we're going to play it a lot. We might even play one of the games after I'm done filming. So, uh-oh, his fin too. We got that. But yeah, I'm excited to see how the Trouble Life game works. I think you have to pop your little pop-o-matic thing like Trouble, but you move your car like Life. And I think there's different prompts and you have to fill your car with babies or something to get around. I'm not sure, but we will find out. Is that dark blue? Yes, it is. Okay, more dark blue. Or medium blue, I guess. So, yes, all of that. But I went to Target to get some organization stuff for the office, which you will see in an upcoming video. I actually am including it in my secret video, which I keep talking about, as like an extra incentive to watch that, I guess. Or kind of like a bonus for if you watch the whole secret video, you'll get that footage too. But usually I do my office tour once a year, and I think I do it in around June. So I will definitely do it again, but it might not be until June. So we'll see. I don't know, because this year a ton of stuff did change in here. So maybe I can be convinced to do it earlier. I also keep getting requests to redo my collection, like my whole coloring book collection, and I definitely do want to do that too. I'm thinking of doing that when my France order comes. I placed a large France order. I talked about that in the live also, but basically I pre-ordered Disney Vitro 2 and a few other books. So once they all ship, maybe I'll start that series. I think, well, Disney Vitro comes out on March 31st. So right now my projected shipping date, or the date it should get here, is between April 16th and April 20th. So we'll see if it actually takes that long or not. I cannot be sure. It looks like they shipped one book by itself, which is interesting. I don't know why only one, when only two of the... I ordered 7. 2 of the 7 books were pre-order. I mean, yeah, 2 of the 7 were pre-order, so I'm not sure why they shipped one by itself, but we will see. Maybe they'll ship more between now and then. I have no idea. This is so much fun. Like, this is so easy and fun, and I'm enjoying myself a lot. All right, except again with the angle, it's a little hard to see, but that's on me and my light. So, what else happened? But yeah, I'm excited for my reorganization stuff because I think it's going to work out really well. I feel like part of being a crafter is organizing. Like, that just comes with the hobby, because every new thing you get into, you kind of have to adjust everything and find what works perfect, and everything's a work in progress. But I had all of my books were like in my closet, which was, I recently had to expand from 2 shelves to 3 in the closet, and it was nearly impossible to get to that 3rd shelf. So it was just becoming inconvenient. So interesting. There's some, like, can you see it in the camera? Like, runoff there, and I don't know where it came from. So I don't know if it was the marker or if I, like, made the paper bleed. We'll have to keep an eye on that, because I don't like that. It actually doesn't bother me, but obviously if this is a review, we should be talking about it. But it only happened there, so I don't know. This might be a little dark, but this feels aqua to me. Let's see. I'm gonna bust out the color chart and see if we have anything better. It's an aqua green. 67, is that what this is? This is 65. Yes, 67 is the lighter version, so. Whoop. Yeah, I actually had a different video in mind for today, but I think it's going to take a little bit longer. So I'm going to wait until I get a bunch of filming done at once, and that will be one of them. So now I'm just enjoying getting ahead. I also have a hopefully super exciting video planned for Thursday, but I need to ask somebody something first. So that's the mysterious hint for that. This is probably the farthest from matching the border, but I think it will dry lighter, and this is aqua green to me, so. And as you can very much see, I'm basically winging it with color selection. I personally like to do that for my color by numbers because I like to mix it up which colors I'm using, because I don't want to completely dry out the same markers. I know a lot of people like to specifically match up their colors. I think if I had like a 24 set of markers and 22 of them matched, I definitely would do that. But the Tau trees, for example, are 100, so I don't want to just completely drain 22 of them. I try to keep it as even as possible, which I do that. Like sometimes I'll do a mandala that'll be all my least favorite colors so that I'm using everything, or something like that. Or I'll try to pick a page that specifically wants a lot of browns, or whatever the case may be, because those are less used overall. And as you can see, I'm not being the neatest. I'm very much just going for it. I could try a lot harder to stay within these lines, but I'm not going over into any next sections. I am just going onto the lines of that section. So I don't think that will be a problem. But what else? Yeah, Sam had today off too, which was exciting, because we did more organizing though. Nothing too exciting, like activity, just cleaned up a little, which we needed to do. He's organizing his area of the office too, because I very much tend to take over his spaces because I just have more stuff. So he reclaimed a lot of his space today, which I'm happy for, because I don't mean to take over. It just happens naturally. So, and we're still obsessed with Beat Saber, or I'm still obsessed. I love it so much. For Christmas, Sam got the VR, and Beat Saber is a rhythm game where you're in your VR and the music notes are flying at you and you have to hit them. And it's just so fun, and it's an actual workout. My watch is always asking me, especially, so I play You Can't Stop the Beat from Hairspray, and every time I play, my watch is like, are you running right now? Do you want me to tell, like, are you running? Are you okay? And I'm like, I'm not running. So it makes me laugh, but it's an actual workout, and I just love it. And I'm getting so good compared to where I was in the beginning. I used to have to play easy songs or normal sometimes, but now I can play songs on like expert. And I'm almost as good as Sam. I beat a song that he didn't even beat yet. Or, well, he beat it after me. But I beat it first, and he couldn't for a long time. So I was feeling fancy. Also, I think I figured it out, that it's rubbing off on my hand. I don't know how to show you. Can you see it? I think so. But I'm going to assume that is just this paper isn't drying as quick as the Amazon paper. I assume that the marker is sitting on top longer and probably rubbed off on my fingers. So I'm going to have to be aware of that and try not to do that more, but we'll see. Now that I know that that's the solution, it's a pretty easy workaround. And the two ideas I would either have is keep one hand in the air, or we can always put one of our Magic Chipotle tissues over some of the page while we're doing it. I know a lot of people get well, I don't know about a lot of people. I know Shayna from Shayna in Colorland uses a coloring like glove, which seems really cool. But I don't tend to have this problem except for red markers. Red always gives me trouble. So I don't know if I would need to get a coloring glove or not, but yeah, Beat Saber, absolutely obsessed. I love it so much, and I like want to play all day, every day. So getting real fit, playing some Beat Saber. Let's do red next. I think this is a well-known red. It's a little bit pinker. Let's try 12. And I'll show you again at the end, but on the other side of the page, it only shows you what colors you're going to need on this page. So it doesn't show all 22 colors, just the ones that are on this page, which I know is real nice for a lot of people. And she uses her same color palette as all her other books. And I think her color palette is also the same as Sunlight Drawings. Really, and Belba, but Belba's I think is in a different order. But I think that they're all 22 colors. So if you have them listed out for one, they will work for the others. But yeah, so tomorrow Sam is back at work. And I don't know. I do want a mass film real bad. So we'll see when I get to do that. Is that a hair? Of course it is. I can't believe how fast February is going. Well, I can talk about my France order. I was talking about this in the live, and I will probably talk about this again in my haul, so I'm sorry if this is annoying or repetitive, but I did go over credits, but I'm kind of fine with that. We kind of made it a rule when I came up with them that I was allowed to kind of borrow credits for French orders because the shipping is so expensive that I was not going to place 2 orders. So I went, I think 2 credits over, and I already got them back. And again, like the books aren't even here yet, so I'm not too worried about it. But I just want to warn you in advance in case you are going to be one of my sticklers, which I super appreciate everyone who is being a stickler because I would very much like to keep to my goal here. Again, I acquire a lot of books through already in 2021 between books to review and gifts and books I purchased myself. I have acquired 20 books, which is so many. So luckily that means I am coloring a lot, but I need to keep an eye on it and not get too crazy because I want to keep coloring what I have and enjoying what I have. So there's that update on that. I can't wait till they get here though. I did actually do another page in Disney Portraits Volume 1. Disney Portraits Volume 2 is the single book that shipped early. So I've done 2 in there now, and I don't know if I like it. I don't dislike it, but I wish it came out better. But I'm also hoping to very soon try another Vitro page. Or at least I have one in there that I need to finish. So hopefully at least doing that. We will see. I tried to do Penny's super tips method, but I just tried it on like the example page, and I realized that I don't know how to shade over markers very well, so I don't know what my plan was. It didn't go very well for me yet, but I might try it again in a different book before doing it in vitro. That's the problem with the Disney books, is that I would love to create like masterpieces, but I'm so afraid to experiment in the Disney books, which I'm sure is foolish. So I gotta just get over that. But I haven't yet, so we'll see. Pink, we got pink. Let's see. Yeah, we're almost done with this, and we are at 34 minutes, and I did a pretty long intro, I think. So this is going great. We are swimming along. Get it? Fish. I'm coloring a fish, guys. But I'm very excited. I really like a lot of her books. I like a lot of the different styles that she's doing, and I'm excited to collect more. So now I'm up to 4. I'm gonna have to wish list a bunch until I have more credits. But it's so, like, doing books like this makes it real nice and easy to earn credits, because these are just the kind of thing that I'll just, like, sit and do, like, 5 pages at once and just roll along. All right, so those are 2 different color. This guy and this guy are different colors, and that guy's different. So I'm gonna go up there first and do this guy first. Let's make sure. It is a little orange. The only downside with these Towtrees is they don't necessarily match perfect with their lids. So if I really am worried about color matching exactly, I will look at my swatches, because obviously alcohol markers also tend to dry different than when you initially put them down. But a lot of the times I'll just take off the cap and do a little bloop on my background paper. And that's more than enough. Why did I take everything and leave it on the side except that one? I can't tell you. So 3 shades of green, yellow green. Perfect. Hopefully this isn't bothering you. I don't really know if I need it, but I'd rather have it than mess everybody up. My cute little fish page. I love underwater critters. They're my favorite genre of animals. Every time I do a video by myself, like with Sam, I think I was mostly fine. But here I'm just like, water, I need water. Because I guess I'm not used to talking one-sided for this long. Obviously, well, not obviously. If you knew me in real life, you would know I am a chatterbox. But it's harder one-sided. So let me take a sip of water now that I've mentioned it. That's why I always keep some with me. Not dark enough. Let's try this one. I don't know if you can see my little paper down here, but it's there, believe me. Yeah, I totally, if these Towtrees go on Lightning Deal again, I'm totally going to buy another set because I'm obsessed. And so far, they've all been good, like no drying out or anything, but I have used them a ton, like a ton. You will see in my end of the month, but I did a massive amount of pages already this month. Again, it's the 15th and I'm over 40 pages, so if I had 31 days in the month, we could be going for a new record, but I think only having 28, we might not. We'll see. And it just helps how many pages I do for videos, which I think at the end of the month, I'm going to start tallying that too. So I'm going to be like, oh, I did 40 pages, but of those, 15 were in videos, you know? I think that will be interesting because I just want to know. So let's see. Let's get these out of here. First, let's see my bleed through. Oh, you can see the fish on the other side. My favorite part. And there we go. There he is. What do you guys think? I hope you enjoy that. That was a lot of fun. Again, I forgot one. What am I doing? No. Sorry. I was not done. Sorry, goldfish. It's funny because I was like, oh, I left all the markers out except the yellow, and then the yellow is the only one I need again. Cool, cool, cool. Beautiful. All right, this time I'm actually done, right? I think so. So that was quick, fun, and easy. I really enjoyed this. Let me know what you think of the book, of this page, whatever you want to let me know. I'm going to link this book and my Towtree markers down below in case you want to buy them yourself. I am an Amazon affiliate, so if you use my link, I get a few pennies from that purchase, but all the pennies help. And yes, if you made it to the end, let's say squid. Why not? I really keep thinking that that's like something jumping, but it's a goldfish. So, love this. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm a fun time. Comment anything you want to comment, like this video, and I'll see you again in 2 days with something different. Bye, guys.